There's one little extra thing that I'd like to add actually is a bit of motion blur. So we haven't added it, and what we'll do, we'll add this just do our little final tweak. So I want to click on this motion blur node here, plug it in, and then make sure the shutter speed is 0.5, which is equivalent of, I think it's 1/48th of a second. So that will work quite nicely for us. Generally speaking, it's you know, your shutter, your f-stop is always your shutter's always, the shutter time is always like double, so that's 48. So that the 0.5, why is it 0.5? It's just the way Nuke works. That's equivalent of 0.48. So now we've added this nice motion blur. So it's basically shutter opens, it's however long the shutter's open for, and then closes again, and that's the blur. So obviously if something's moving quite quickly like this fire, having motion blur will help us, and just having it on will just add that extra little bit of realism that we need. So I'm going to add that. I'm just going to double check as well the purpleness of this. This seems so purple. I'm just going to check it. Where is my factory? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the saturation of my maybe mid-tones. Really not doing much, is it? Let's just see if I can get this. So I'm just going to click on brighten it up a little bit. I'm just going to do command click, and then I'm going to see if we can take some of this blue out. So obviously that's really blue. You can keep going all day with this. It just needs to be right. It needs to match. You know, it just feels a bit too blue. It probably needs to be a little bit warmer and be closer to, you know, that's too purple now. Let's just get to that. There you go. That looks a bit better than it did. Let's tweak it a bit further. There you go. That's way better. Yeah, because that kind of feels like it's the same tone. And then the top roof bit's fine. The fire's okay. Got motion blur added. Let's do another revision. So render 4. Render it. And it's got motion blur added as well. Let's render that off. This is the sort of thing you need to do. We need to review it. We need to look at it. I mean, if you've been looking at stuff all night, then you're not going to see stuff. I mean, I've been colorblind grading stuff. I'm kind of thinking it's right, and it's just totally wrong because you've been looking at it for ages. You know, you have. But this is looking pretty cool now. I'm quite happy with this. It feels right. And you can really go to town with this, to be honest. You can have more holes on the roof, maybe another little hole, maybe another fire element, or a smoke element. Cool. Let's bring this in. 4. Let's just do our start 1001. Let's play it. So let's look at the two now. So the difference between the two. Obviously we've added our motion blur as well, and we've done that nice grade to match. This just looks way better. Let's play this. And that's the new one. Just quite happy with that. Actually, I think it looks pretty cool. Everything seems to work quite nicely. Done a nice job there of cleaning that up. Yeah, and you could really go to town on this, like I said. Great, that's it, brilliant.